Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. As you have probably heard, as you've probably read, there is a heroin epidemic across the country, and New Jersey is especially hard hit. Covering that story for the Asbury Park Press has been Ken Serrano, and he joins us now. Why New Jersey?
Well, you know, New Jersey is what the DEA calls a heroin state. And we're a port state here. We've got ports here. This drug comes in directly from Colombia. We have the purest heroin in the country, upwards of 60%. Years ago, it was 6 or 7% when it came out of Southeast Asia. We also have the cheapest heroin in the country. You can buy a bag of heroin, a packet, a dose, for $3 down at Camden on the streets, $5 in Ocean County. So what does that mean? It means that more people are dying, way more than there used to be. You know, when heroin was $20 a bag, when it was at 6 or 7% purity. You know?
Yeah, you know, I read somewhere, and I can't remember where, it might have been Time magazine, that per capita, more people are dying from heroin overdoses in New Jersey than any other state in the country.
Well, what you saw 2 years ago, the heroin death toll skyrocketed in Ocean County. So what happened was the counties actually took a lead role in dealing with that. So you have Joe Coronado, Ocean County prosecutor down there, who made it his focus to fight heroin abuse. So you had just people were dying in droves in 2012, 2013. So what they did down in Ocean County, and then Monmouth County followed, and now other counties are following, is they had large-scale drug summits, forums for parents, and the turnout was immense because people were dying right and left. Across the board, you know, not just teenagers and people in their 20s, people in their 60s, you know, because a lot of it came from prescription drug abuse. You know, you can't get the prescription drugs once your prescription ends and you're addicted to that is very expensive on the streets.
What you just said, I'm going to stop you there for a second because I know it's not the point of this interview, but that's an important point, that many people point to the pharmaceutical industry and the overprescription in the medical industry and the overprescription of opiate-based drugs as one of the key reasons for this heroin epidemic. But they also came up with the cure.
Right, exactly. That's the same industry that came up with naloxone, also known as Narcan. And what you had after the summits this past year was an effort to get Narcan, or naloxone, into the hands of police and EMTs. Okay, so before that happened...
Well, explain what that does.
Well, naloxone is an antidote used on heroin overdose victims, okay? So before, they had to rush them to the emergency room where that was administered. But now police, first responders, can get there and give this to heroin overdose victims immediately. Also, that's the prosecutor's office down in Ocean County, Monmouth County, has put that into the hands of ordinary citizens, the loved ones of people who have been abusing heroin. So it's helping. You know, before, the police would show up, and frequently, they would stand there and watch someone die.
But let's just say I'm a heroin user.
Yes.
Would that make me use it more? Because I know I can't overdose. I'm going to get this drug, and so I'll be fine.
Well, you know, you raised an interesting ethical point there. I mean, a reader the other day had commented on that. She was a little uneasy with the whole thing because here's the thing. They go in, they revive these heroin overdose victims, and they don't charge them with possession if they could. Okay? The point of that is to have more people call the police to save more lives. You know? Now, we have one.
But that's ignoring the fact that there's a crime being committed.
Well,
at the same time.
That's the trade-off. You know, it's a little bit like the issue of handing out free syringes back during when AIDS was killing everybody. You know?
We'll come back and talk about it again. I know you're continuing the coverage of this, and so please come back and let's talk about it one more time.
Great, thank you.
Coming up next, you've seen the book, and I'm sure the magazine, and even the online site, Weird New Jersey. The guys behind that, coming up next.